Bravo, my experience, I deal with them. Oh, I deal with them, kids. I hope that Nene and Bethany have fallen out versus like Nene was told several times with Bethany because of the 1% chance that you can come back to RHOA. And that's when it's like, oh, Nene, my darling, I hope you're not falling for this. She might be back, though. She might. That would be great. Daddy David's excited about that. We got so much more to talk about. Let's go for a minute to RHOBH. Let's talk about the episode. I got to talk about Lisa Rinna in a second, too. So, look, the episode starts right where we left off last time with this name 'em. Sutton needs to make a t-shirt that says name 'em. This is like a new branding for Sutton. The Sutton store on Alma in West Hollywood, right near Marissa Hermer from Ladies of London's restaurant, Olivetta, which is great. Get this t-shirt up, Sutton. Come on, let's get some new merch. You hawked it all at BravoCon. Name 'em. I want a t-shirt, and I want it to say Sutton on it. Sutton on the front and name 'em on the back. There, you don't even have to give me 10%. Starts right where it left off. You know, Kyle and Sutton. It's this. I don't know. Do I think Sutton likes to drink? Yes, I do. I have a real problem with saying this person has a drinking problem and that person has a drinking problem. I try not to say that because who am I? And it's no judgment, but who am I to say that? You know, I mean, do I think Dorit Kemsley has a drinking problem? No. Do I think Sutton is more likely to have a drinking problem than Dorit Kemsley? Sure, 100%. Let's just leave it at that. I see some things with Sutton, you know, I don't know. I don't like everything I see. So maybe there's something going on there. You know what I mean? So we have that scene. It's really great. We move on. Kyle and Sutton, it's like, just call it. I mean, Kyle has said in the media she's taking a break from their friendship. Like, what friendship? What real life friendship? Look, Kyle is very, very, very lucky. She has made a lifelong friend. Not really because of the show. They knew each other before, but Teddy Mellencamp, Teddy and Kyle are real friends. It's real. They're friends. They trust each other. Kyle and Dorit, at this point, real friends. I mean, did you see the interview recently this week with Erin Leachy and her husband from RHONY? And Erin has said that basically the rudest people were Kyle and Dorit. Now, Erin softened it a lot to say, like, you know, it's just kind of like the Mean Girls table and you can't sit with us at BravoCon. Crystal has said, you know, yeah, like, you know, when I looked around and saw some cast members, they weren't being really nice. So Crystal has said that too. Kyle and Dorit rude at BravoCon. Shocked or not shocked? I'm not really so shocked. I'm not really so shocked at all. Look, I think they're very nice. I have had nothing but really good interactions in the real world with Dorit. Kyle, I've had nothing but really good interactions in the real world with Dorit. So I don't know. She's not the rude type, but I could see them being kind of, you know, look, Beverly Hills guys, Beverly Hills, they think they're above us just a little bit. So there you go. But look, Kyle has a really good friend. I think her and Sutton, you're not really friends. Like, you know, we have our good friend Catherine Edwards here. She says it all the time. You're not really, really friends. So just give it up. I don't think there's hope for these two. I do think it's interesting then at Garcelle's event for Black Girl Missing, which she produced. We'll get into all of that. What a great movie. What a great movie. And we'll get into Garcelle and her story this season because that's all really good. But I think it's interesting. Two things that I think are interesting is when Sutton goes to visit. First of all, who purchases a horse like you're buying a roll of toilet paper? She just wanted a horse and she just bought a horse and it's like 50 grand. I mean, I know when you make $300,000 a month in alimony, go girl, buy that horse. It's still like that only leaves you with $250,000 a month. I don't know. Who wants a horse? I guess a lot of people. I'll pass on that. But She goes to visit her horse, Santos, and I thought it was so interesting after when her and, Jennifer Tilly are having the lunch, and Jennifer's like, "It seems like Kyle." Like, first of all, I love Jennifer Tilly because do you notice that she's eating? I mean, how many of these housewives eat on camera? I mean, you could be starving, you're not eating on camera. Jennifer is like there, she is eating, she just does not care. She would make a great housewife, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna hire her. I really think they're just, I don't know, but she would be great. I think it's funny when she's like, Kyle seems like she's like going through something. She's trying to gain control of her life. Ding, 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 ding. Did she listen to the Behind the Velvet Rope Patreon podcast? I said this 2 weeks ago. I think once Kyle came to her realization that sometimes, and I'm not taking her side, but just like Melissa and Teresa and Joe, sometimes doesn't matter. You just try everything if you're family. It's just not working. I think Kyle had a major moment. She does not wish Kathy any harm. But I think when she found her voice with her big sister, Kathy, and is thrilled that they're not in bed anymore together, I think she opened her eyes to like, I am a 56-year-old woman. Time is running out. She has a lot of years left, but you have a moment in life at a certain ages. We all have it at different milestones of like, this isn't a fucking dress rehearsal. I say this all the time. Who cares what these people say? Get off Instagram. And Anthony Porowski and his boyfriend, they love each other, love each other, love each other on Instagram. Now they're getting divorced. All a sham, guys. If you're looking at Instagram and you think this one's happy, that one's happy, I want that. It's just get offline. I really can honestly say I don't look at anything on Instagram. I really don't. I'm not into it. I'm into human interaction. I go on. God, am I like bitchy today? I go on, I do my job, I see my comments, and I'll answer all of you on Patreon. And I mean, I answer all of you guys, but I don't look at anybody else. It's all fake. But I thought that was interesting. I agree with Jennifer Tilly, and thank you because you heard it here first. I think Kyle is having this thing. Then I think it's interesting later when Sutton says, "You're just basically jealous that I'm friends with Kathy." I love how Kathy Hilton is like making her mark on this season of RHOBH and isn't even there. Sutton is friends with Kathy, and Sutton had a really good point. For you to admit you were jealous is for you to admit that you don't like Kathy, that you're having problems with Kathy. That's good. I thought that was a aha moment. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. So I thought that was interesting. I agree with all of that. So Kyle and Sutton, just call it. It's time to just call it. It's over, right? I think I really like Garcelle's storyline. Look, we're seeing more of Jax and Jade. How old are they? 15, 16? They're teenagers. They don't really care about being on this damn show. They're doing it for their mama. I think it's great. Black Girl Missing is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I watched it not this week. I watched it like in the past few months.